2024 will have some great money-making opportunities to create new inventive food products. That's because Jupiter and Uranus will team up in Taurus, the zodiac sign of food resources and food products. This combination will create financial rewards for those that can create unique, tasty foods. So get your apron on and see how you can get positioned to receive the Jupiter-Uranus financial bump. Greetings, Randy Gove here, and welcome to That's That. The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus during April of 2024 is the biggest astrological alignment of the year, since it is the beginning of a 14-year cycle. Think of Taurus as a stage or a platform that Jupiter and Uranus act on. Taurus is responsible for Earth's resources, such as food and money, so what could be better than making money from tasty food and wine? We can think of Taurus like a restaurant with Jupiter and Uranus as assistant chefs. So what skills do these two planet chefs bring to the restaurant? Uranus is like a young chef with zany, inventive ideas, a knack for disruptive technology, and the ability to make sudden changes. In general, Uranus makes Taurus very uncomfortable because Taurus is like a practical, elderly guy that likes stability, predictability, and traditional ways of doing things. Pretty much everything that Uranus is not. But really, that's the point. If you want to make a new restaurant or new food-related business, you cannot just do what everyone else is doing or has been doing for a long time. You need to create something unique, interesting, and of course, tasty. Uranus's inventiveness tends to be focused on solving problems to make a better future. In this case, better and more sustainable food and food production. The other assistant chef, Jupiter, is more like an excellent marketing guy that can bring good luck, optimism, financial gains, and business expansion. With Jupiter and Uranus teaming up, expect some really creative, inventive new restaurants and food product businesses that catch on and quickly expand. If you have some skills in the kitchen and interest in a food products business, the planets in 2024 are quite supportive of new, creative, marketable initiatives. One of the main food themes and opportunities is to create plant-based, delicious food. In this case, Uranus is trying to solve the problem of how we raise animals for meat and dairy products. It should come as no surprise that corporate farms are super crowded with animals wallowing in each other's feces, which breeds disease and contaminates the water supply. Rather than give the animals cleaner, more spacious environments, corporations usually subject the animals to a continuous stream of antibiotics to keep them healthy and hormones to build muscles that they rarely use. Of course, the antibiotics and hormones all end up in the consumer's bodies as well. We could go on and on about the animal farms, but the bottom line is the process is undesirable and unsustainable due to environmental impacts and the use of drugs on the animals. The Uranus solution is to make plant-based foods that supply the same nutritional value as meat and dairy products. This is a drastic departure from the traditional Taurus ways of doing things, but that is the point of Uranus's inventive nature. Of course, vegans have already made the transition, but for the rest of us, the meat and dairy substitutes had better taste really good and for the same or lower price, or it is simply impractical to expect people to change their old ways. Is it really possible for people to enjoy purely plant-based foods? Well, the 3-star Michelin restaurant, 11 Madison Park, was voted the best restaurant in the world in 2017. At that time, they were famous for duck, lobster, caviar, and other meaty dishes. Everyone was shocked when Chef Hume decided to change to a completely vegan menu. Skeptical critics were salivating to pronounce the new vegan menu dead on arrival, but instead, Chef Hume scored rave reviews and a new set of 3 Michelin stars. Kudos! Not everyone is a 3-star Michelin chef, but there are many great home cooks around the world that love experimenting with their recipes to get just the right taste and texture. These skills can be applied to the transition from unsustainable meat diets to plant-based. There are 2 approaches. The first is to make really tasty food for self-proclaimed vegans. Usually, classic foods like hamburgers are made plant-based. Since the customers are already vegan, the foods do not necessarily need to look or taste just like traditional burger meat. So nutritious ingredients are often used, such as kelp burgers made by Akura, that clearly don't look like a traditional burger. There is certainly a robust market for vegan food. However, if you want to go really big, try to replace meats with plant-based substitutes that have the same mouthfeel and taste like the real deal. This is very challenging, but very lucrative for those that can pull it off. You can start in your kitchen by duplicating your favorite meat and dairy products. People are taking a shot at every kind of meat imaginable. For example, Beyond Meat is making plant-based ground beef, sausage, and chicken tenders, to name a few. The company Prime Roots uses kujai, a fibrous fungus used in Asian cooking, to make impressive deli meats such as ham, turkey, salami, and peppercorn. One of the biggest opportunities is for someone to make plant-based cheeses that aren't slimy. If you can pull that off, the number of plant-based dishes goes through the roof. People are making tremendous strides using an almond base, but there is still plenty of opportunity because the money for these products is about to arrive as Jupiter makes its alignment with Uranus in April of 2024. This will bring financial benefits and an opportunity for business expansion for anyone that has been lucky enough to create innovative, tasty food products that are marketable. You can start by trying out your own recipes on friends and acquaintances, then use Uber Eats to test the paying market. If you get good reviews, continue to expand your market and product line. The Jupiter flyby of Uranus is going to bring some major breakthroughs and financial gains to technology applications involving food production and food products. These approaches require some technical skill and additional capital costs, but they can bring some Uranus-level disruptive changes to food products. For instance, Mujai Meats uses 3D printing technology to create animal-free meat products like steak from cultivated plant and animal cells. The steaks more effectively mimic the natural muscle fiber texture, flavor, and nutritional value of natural animal meat, but no animals are killed to produce the steaks, which are ultimately sold in restaurants. You might be thinking that nobody will eat 3D printed steak. However, I will argue that most people are so removed from the butchering process that when they go to the supermarket, they do not know which part of the cow or pig they are buying. Replace natural meat with 3D printed meat that looks and tastes the same, and over time, nobody really cared that it was 3D printed, especially if no animals were killed. Of course, there are more than food product opportunities. For instance, Modern Meadows grows collagen-producing yeast cells, which are processed into sheets of their trademark biofabricated leathery material called Zoa, which is used to make completely animal-free leather products, which are widely celebrated by cows around the world. There will also be major breakthroughs in genetically modified foods. I know many people cringe at the idea of eating GMOs, but wheat and rice plants will be produced that are more resilient to environmental changes, which could save a lot of people from starving during this time of unpredictable climate change. And we could all agree that that's a good thing. Well, plenty of opportunities for inventive types that love to cook and eat. I hope it works out for you. Maybe you can create your dream job. It's it, and that's that for this video. Bon appetit. See you in the future.